Morning, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Lots of good things today. Um, yeah, yesterday I got a little more bug fixing, tweaked a lot of things that we'll get to talk about in the engine. I spent half the day on one little feature that probably like 10% of people are going to use, but it's a quality of life thing, and we'll look at that too. But yeah, no LaCroix yet. Still too early. Boba Fett coffee. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm happy about yesterday's work. So we're gonna if I can keep from rambling too much today, I'm gonna try to get 3 games in this stream. 3 games in an hour. I don't know. We'll see. It looks like everything's working. Good deal. All right. So, first things first. Depth chart. So, last stream, I finally hit my breaking point on this depth chart thing. I made that trade for Ryan, my receiver here, and like I had just gotten done setting up my depth chart for the stream, and then I proposed that one trade, player for player. Traded my player, and then my whole depth chart was jacked up again. And I finally hit my breaking point. I got super annoyed with that. So, I spent about half the day coming up with the lock system. And this is one of those. This is the first iteration of this. It might, like a lot of these screens, they kind of get updated as I go along, and I get frustrated with things. But the way it works right now is you just click in the roster area, not down here. This is where you set depth charts. But up here, you click on the position, and right now it just turns white. I don't know if it'll do something else. I could pop a square or something like that. I think actually that's a pretty good idea. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. There's actually an invisible square around these that you can't see. I have never used it except for my very first iteration of this screen. I actually made this screen for the college game, and one of these columns had the player's class, and that was in a square, and I just reused that. But now there's a square back there that I don't use. That was a weird tangent, but anyway, maybe that's what I'll do to make it a little easier to see, because just white is a little hard to see sometimes. But in any case, you toggle it by just clicking on it, and when it's white, it means it's locked. And all that locked means is auto depth chart won't touch that position. That sounds really simple, and it sounded really simple to me when I started working on it. It ended up being a nightmare. It touches so many things that auto depth chart touches a lot of things. And it took me forever to figure it. Plus, once I got it working, all of a sudden it dawned on me, well, what if I cut a player? Is that position now locked and I can't auto depth chart, but I also can't click on it because I don't have that player? Well, what if I trade a player? Well, what if I get a new coach who doesn't have the same formation? Oh my God, it turned into a nightmare. I think I've got it all now though. So the idea is you lock all the positions you don't want the AI to touch when it's auto depth charting, and that's it. So basically, I'll probably like almost every position, just because I hate forgetting who I've put where. And I've started to specialize guys in certain positions. Like Ramsey, he could play a lot of things. I want him to be the tight end, and he'll get moved around if I don't do that. Ryan, I guess he could. I could figure out where he is, but I want him to play wide receiver. He could play defense too, but I don't want him to go on defense. So things like that. Nobody else is going to get started at quarterback, but I might as well, because I just don't have to deal with that. On defense, it becomes a bigger issue because there's a lot of overlap between positions. So like these, your secondary could flip-flop a lot. So that's why I'm going to start locking my top corners and the guy I want to play safety. Like Jones is definitely specializing as a free safety. So I'm going to start locking those guys. You know, Spears and Kidd probably don't need to lock them, but I'm going to anyways, just because I just don't want to have some dumb situation where a guy gets dropped into defensive line. My linebackers, linebackers and wide receiver too. I'm open to suggestions. So I do want Salazar to be my designated blitzer, so I'll leave him at 3. But like the top 2, I'm open to suggestions. I don't really care. That's fine. I don't have it set up for special teams yet. It's kind of set up. It doesn't really work though. Just because it took so long, I didn't want to do special teams too, just in case it doesn't work very well. So anyway, that's what's going on here. You can lock positions now. Lock positions go. They're saved and loaded. So you know, if I save it now, that's saved now. And when I load, my lock positions come back. You hit this clear locks if you just want to clear all your lock positions. Like if I screwed something up, you know, maybe you hired a new coach. I don't know. Some weird things happen and you can't get your auto depth chart to work right. You could manually do it. This will still work. Like if you have offensive line 1 locked, but then you cut that guy. But now when you auto depth chart, nobody will go into offensive line 1. This will still be red, and you could still manually change that. So it's not the worst thing in the world. But if you get into trouble, just hit clear locks, and it'll clear everything, and then you can auto depth chart like normal. So special teams, I still got to do. I don't know. I just want to make sure everything works before I spend the time on that. Or maybe I won't. I don't know. I have yet to really care that much about locking special teams. Just because like the punt returner, kick returner, I guess you could lock those guys. I don't know. Kicker, it's pretty rare somebody other than your kicker goes into kicker. And then the special teams 1 through 8 is more of a unit than individual positions. So maybe it's fine if they auto. I don't know. All right, enough on that. Oh, yeah. Salary cap went up $75. So everybody right now in my league is really under the cap. The test leagues I'm finding because of my increased talent level overall, because players are improving. The initial draft's a little bit better. Players get paid a little bit more based on age now. The salary cap wasn't realistic anymore, so I had to move it up. Again, we'll just keep an eye on it. All right, so that's enough of that nonsense. Let's get to games. So I fixed the issue with the college teams, but I have to sim a week to make it stick. Let's just check my team. Yep, okay, everything's still locked. Good. So if I go to college standings, now let's look at Minnesota and let's look at Minnesota again because they were one of the jacked up teams. And now you can see they've got the quarterback in the quarterback slot. You know, they have a terrible running back, but they've got the wide receiver in the wide receiver slot. The offensive linemen are there. The defensive guys are filling out the defensive spots. So it's better now. I fixed that. That was really kind of a crappy bug. I can't believe we've gone this long and I didn't notice it. But anyway, that's fixed now. So that's something we're going to do today. We're going to watch a college game just to start debugging that. But we'll do that after we play somebody. Because I got some in-game stuff I want to look at and talk about. So, let's just play the Phoenix. They're 5-1. Let's just play them. Number 1 versus number 2. Here we go. All right. Oh yeah, let's look at the new look. The coverage was it looked like we were gonna break one. That was close. Ooh. Oh, I should have mixed up my playbook. That's okay. I like these plays. I like most of these plays. Oh, here we go. Let's talk about this. So you can see all the offensive line got the guys who were shifted off the offensive line. They moved up a half a yard, and it looks like that is making all the difference in those defensive linemen just coming in untouched on plays where it makes no sense that they should come in untouched. I think that's making all the difference. So let's watch this. Remember last time, this guy would come here, hit him, he would block him. This guy would be in no man's land and look for somebody to block. And basically, that meant this D end always had a clear angle to come in because the center hitting him wasn't good enough. He always had the leverage. So now they zone block appropriately. I don't know if you saw it, but the tackle shot up and hit him correctly. Now watch on pass too. It's the same thing. The way that it was working before was these guys had too much space to make their initial move. And the way the blocking system is set up, I have a little stick-em in blocking just to make it more realistic. And now, without all that extra space, the blocker can get up on his guy quicker, and the blocking system takes effect almost immediately, versus when they were a yard off, the guy was able to make a move first before the blocking system kicked in. So basically he had a yard's worth of being a free runner, and that was killing the pass rush was way too explosive. So watch again. He should hit his guy. These two guys should hit their guys quicker and give the quarterbacks a little bit more time. Boom. Now they still run around like crazy. Ooh. The pass rushers still work like hell to try to get by, and the really good ones will get by. But you can see at least the offensive linemen have a chance now. And that's the goal. I don't want wide receiver 2 doing anything really exciting. I want wide receiver 1 doing all the exciting stuff. Let's see what's their defense look like. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of a mismatch there. Oh man, when I do call the right play, you got to make the catch. Is this long field goal range? Or is this punt range? Let's try a long field goal. Boom! Oh, just short. Oh. All right. Oh, I should have refreshed my playbook too. Oh well, that's okay. We'll just do a few plays and then I'll bust out of this and play another team and I'll refresh my playbook. I did a lot of work on zone. Yeah, I only have one of the new zone plays in here, so I concentrate anytime I was in a play. So let's look at a play where I didn't update it. So this one, this is basically the all deep play. It just every single guy is running a deep zone, and the idea is, and they're all taking little sections. So the idea is anybody in your zone, you're just gonna go cover them. Not a very clever play, but it's one of my first few plays to try this out. But you can see the edges. I had always had about, closer to the line, but about that size and space. So like they would cut off right around here. And I always thought, well, that's cool. That'll, covering this space is going to help in run support, and it'll help for like screens or things like that. Well, the problem is there's a lot of routes that go way out here, out in this area, or kind of down by the line, way out to the sideline. And those guys won't cover them. So instead I went into the 4 most zone heavy defenses, and I redesigned all their zone plays, all the zone plays where I have somebody short. So like Not this, because these are all deep zones, but like this, where a guy is supposed to be covering short, and I stretched him out. So now our zones are going to cover the flats a little bit more. They may still get run off by other players, but at least if they're not just going to leave that completely empty. So unfortunately I should have refreshed my defense so that I had more of them. Yeah, see, now there's a guy out there, whereas before there would have been nobody out there to cover him. Oh, my linebacker had a nice jump on that one. Oof. I'll do one more offense round, and I'll do one more drive, and then I'll fast him out of this. And then I'll refresh my team. So let's use some run. So end around, this is not an optimal play for me to run, but I just want to do it just to show you. End around, and those of you who run the 4 wide receiver set know what I'm talking about here. Running an end around or a sweep used to be almost a guaranteed negative yardage for a lot of teams, because this guy specifically would always get into the backfield, and it was like 50-50. Is he going to blow it up for negative yards, or are you going to get around him and get positive yards? More often than not, you were getting hit in the backfield, or the quarterback was getting hit before he even handed off the ball. You look at now, you can see that now they don't get that free run into the backfield. I mean, there's obviously other issues with that play that I'm still thinking through, but it's a more realistic play now, and that's really all you can ask for. Let's run again. I'm not running that play again though. Sweep. Yeah, the sweeps are different now too, because of the same reason. The guy is this D end is just not blowing up the play every single time like he was before. Oh, he's open. Yes. See, I need to start using him more, because he has by far like almost double the hands of everybody else on my team. So that's why my guys keep dropping the balls, because I don't have, even my good receivers don't have awesome receiving. He does. What is he, like 96 on receiving? Something like that. He's a really good receiver. Oh, to the running back. Nice. Yeah, the timing's off on a lot of my plays just because, like, my tight end is so slow, my running back is fast. This wide receiver is super slow, this one's fast. So I just have weird timing on some of these routes because of the weird speed. Oh, see, yeah, you still get sacked. So it's not, I didn't totally nerf sacking, but I need to run that play. That's probably my best pass route. He's open! Not that guy! Oh, rookie quarterbacks. Come on. I should have been running the ball. Dang it. He's open! Yes! Nice play. Let's run it in. I'm a little... my quarterback's looking good. Like I said, I'm kind of falling in love with this quarterback, but still a rookie. Oh, here's a new play I've been trying, and I actually really like. I don't know if I've run this on camera very often. The theory here is this is a really quick read play, which is why it's called quick read. The running back has a really short route, so he starts reading right here. So as soon as he gets the ball, he's in read mode. The blocker is the same way. Basically the route is just to shift him wide a little bit, and then he starts reading for blocks. And I think the combination of both of them reading so quickly is it's really effective. I wish I had another one. There's another one I have too where it's to the strong side here. That must be a different playbook though. I think that's a different formation. but I really like it. I'll run it again. I like the blocking part of it. I like that he can get out quick, and then just quickly start looking around and say, all right, who do I need to block? And it kind of helps him get to that second level a little easier. All right, see how my coverage is. Oh, that was awesome. All right, so we're going to sim to the end. I don't want to keep doing that. Let's save it. Let's check my team. Because I want to change up my plays. Refresh this playbook. So what we're looking for are tight end heavy plays. That's not bad. I like that play. That's a good play. That's a good play. That's a good play. Love that play. Love that play. A couple of new play. There's a new play. Slants. Let's try it. Let's see what we got. Quick read. Delay. Nah. Let's see if we can get... There we go. There's another quick read. Quick read. Okay. Tight end. Good. Good. Oh, the tight end ISO. Yeah, we're definitely keeping this one. All right. Check my defense. Refresh this a couple times. Zone blitz 2. 2x. Zone blitz 3. 1 over. 1 under. I think I can do better. 1D. Blitz 2. Short. 1D under. 1D over. Let's do it. I like that. That works. I don't have a blitz 3 though. I have the 2x. 2XL. That's 3. I can live with this. This works. Alright. Save it. Alright. Alright. Who do we got coming up? Let's check the college schedule. Is there a game I want to watch? Who's Minnesota playing? Indiana? Oh, let's watch the Michigan game. Yeah, let's do that. So, next week. Alright. Save. I'm saving a lot just because my depth chart and the locking system, and I had to make a ton of changes to playbooks. I made some coaching AI changes. So I'm just a little paranoid that we're going to end up crashing. So that's why I'm saving so often. All right, let's watch a college game. All right, Minnesota at Michigan. Now, we're going to get smoked. But I think watching a mismatch might be fun or illuminating. Let's see how good Michigan is. Oh, they're not that good. Oh, they run 4 wide, though. Yeah, but they're terrible. Oh, my goodness. Look at this safety. 81 speed at the college level? Yikes. Okay. So this is even though Michigan's ranked very highly, they're not great. Is there anybody better that we can watch? I mean, obviously I'm watching Minnesota, but you know, maybe I won't. Who's really highly ranked? Iowa, Michigan State, maybe? Nebraska, Rutgers would be a huge mismatch. Iowa, Michigan State. Let's look at those teams. So Iowa, terrible quarterback, bad running back, good receivers, very good tight end. All right, Iowa's not that great. Who are they playing? Like somebody's gonna answer me. Michigan State. Yeah, they're terrible too. Wait a minute. Jonas Stewart. 47. Yeah, some bad quarterbacks. Although, you know what it probably is? Yeah. They're not that bad. It's just when they have such low speed, the speed related position calculations look bad. When you go to the skills, they don't look like weird players. Alright, well, let's just, you know what, that's, I don't know that we're going to find a really awesome matchup. This is college after all. Let's watch Michigan. So I got the Big Ten uniforms mostly done. I mean, they're not totally accurate to real life, but they're close. Yeah, I'm not gonna spend a ton of time on those. So what are we looking for when we're looking at college? We're looking for, does the engine do anything really stupid because these players are so bad? I put in a little bit of a fake the funk system on quarterbacks. So college quarterbacks are technically playing slightly above their actual ratings, only on throw accuracy, because quarterbacks, 40 rated quarterbacks and 30 rated quarterbacks, every single pass was like 6 yards off the mark. So you watch a college game and it's like 0 for 10, the other quarterback is like 1 for 15. It was just complete, yeah, like every throw was like that. It was total garbage. So you're looking at these guys, okay, don't think you're going to draft this guy and he's going to be exactly that good, because he's probably not. But for watching a college game, you can imagine this is simulating the fact that guys in college look great, and then they go into the pros, and you're like, what did you forget how to throw the ball? Like, why are you terrible? I'm noticing wide receiver hands might need some work too. Because dropping every pass just doesn't feel acceptable. So I think we'll do that too. What is that guy doing? Look at him sliding on his butt. We may have to give wide receiver hands a slight bump too, because otherwise the incompletions are going to pile up. Well, not that you're going to play every college game, but I just want the college game to be somewhat reflective of the fast sim. And right now, it's looking like massive incompletions is not going to be even close to what the fast sim is. So, future Sean, remember, give catching a slight bump. It's looking like the line, offense and defensive line, is looking pretty good. I mean, that's not bad. It looks reasonable. And it should, because the offensive line systems are based on the difference between the guy you're blocking or the guy you're rushing against. So, an 80 playing against an 85 is essentially kind of the same matchup as a 50 playing against a 55. Everything's a little slower, but it looks like the matchup is looking pretty good. Oh, yeah, catching has got to be upgraded. That's a huge problem here. The runners look okay. They're slower and they don't read quite as fast as the pros, but that's okay. Open field defense and blocking looks okay. Ooh, look at that offensive lineman. Did you see him come off of one block and help out on the other block? That was cool. That guy is just, he's like the only guy that can catch the ball this game. Man! This Minnesota quarterback lighting it up. What is he rated? 60? Oh, come on. Oh, yeah, we need to do a little receiving work. I'm thinking also just even a slight extra bump to quarterback accuracy might be good. Mostly for this guy. Watch him throw the ball. Oh, throw it. Come on. You suck. Another run play. Oh. I mean, it didn't work, but kind of jealous of that quarterback runs. I should start. Oh, somebody caught it. That was a terrible pass, though. Did you see the guy have to come back for it? Oh, he's open deep! Oh, you missed it! Oh, the guy was wide open. Oh, I could use some quarterback run. My new quarterback's got some decent speed, too. Yeah, look how bad that throw... Okay. Yeah, he probably needs a little work. Good kicker, though. Alright, when this play's done, pause. Yep, pause button! Somebody asked for that, and I agreed completely, like immediately. Sometimes you're watching a game and you're like, okay, I gotta go fill my Boba Fett cup. So, pause button, turn it back on, boom. I'm kind of happy with that. That actually was pretty easy to do. I thought it was going to be a lot harder than it was. Boom! Oh, what happens when the game's over? I never watched a game all the way to the end before. What happens? Whoops. It never ends. Oh, no. Alright, well, that's something that's got to be fixed. Oh, my goodness. Whoops. Oh, no. No, I do this to myself all the time. I forgot I don't allow ties anymore. So, oh, why didn't it, oh, that's new. Okay. Does Sim to End not work on college games? Oh, that's something to look into. Sim to End might not work on college games. What happened? It simmed this game. Oh, yeah, I know exactly what that is. So Sim to End takes what's happening in the current game that you're watching, dumps it into Fast Sim, but Fast Sim requires a week and a game number. Week number, game number. Fast Sim probably didn't realize that that was a not in the pro schedule, that was in the college schedule. So I bet the Sim to End is loading the information into the pro schedule instead of saying, oh, by the way, is this a college game? Load it into the college schedule. So that's an easy fix, but I guarantee you that's what happened there. Because if you go, so what game is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, there's no way I can tell with this college schedule, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, the Big Ten is part of Schedule A. Yeah, the sixth game got put to the sixth game of the pro schedule. Boo for me. Oh well. What are you gonna do, right? Hydra 5 and 2. Yeah, let's play the Hydra. I should probably have a better transition into the game other than, hey, this is where the last game ended. Yeah, I should probably do that. That's just cleanup work. Alright, let's try some of these new plays. Actually, before the new play, let's try to catch him with the tight end. Go, go. Nah, he wasn't. Oof, nice play. Try this. Was it 2nd and 2? I can run for it next time. So this is a max play. And the idea is it's wide receiver 1's got a slant. And if that is not open, he's got the out. And this guy's just a power a power drag across the whole field. Oh, it worked just like I hoped, and then he dropped it. Ah! You. Ah. Come on. Back to these tight end plays. I can't trust my receivers. Oh, I need to run this thing. I need to get this. I picked this for quick read right. There we go. Oh. Oh, he cut it back. That was part of the theory on the quick read, is if you want to go to the right, because a lot of times you'll run one direction and they'll just demolish your line over there, and you're like, well, okay, now I'm kind of stuck. I wanted the quick read, and that's kind of what the delays are for too. It's I start the reading so far back so deep in the backfield that I'm kind of thinking in my mind, if where you're supposed to go is covered, please go a different direction. All right, so now you can see I've got all these plays in different forms where I'm covering these flats. So it'll be good to, I guess, just start to get a feel. Is that really, in my mind, that's the right way to do this? But we'll start watching and we'll see. Yeah, see, there are the flats. There's a guy. Oh, I didn't pick it off. Dang it! You saw they were at least they were hanging out. They were waiting. I think this is going to be the right way. So he's open, but that makes sense because there was a guy slightly deeper in that zone. That made sense. Let's do this now. So this is a handoff play, a handoff zone. So this guy's going to do the short zone, and then he's going to hand off deep coverage to the corner. I don't have it in this playbook. I have other plays where the corner does, yeah, right here. Wait, who's doing what? No, this isn't. But I have plays where the corner does a shallow zone and hands off deep coverage to like a safety. I think that's in the 3 safety playbook and the 2 safety playbook. I don't think I do that with 1 safety. Yeah, the other thing I like about spreading these guys out wider is, it's pass rush, is they're way out. It's harder to get the edge on the run unless you do something really, unless your guy just gets, just gets worked or makes a bad decision. So I'm going to go bring everybody up on this. Yeah, so you commit to the run now. And you actually got pretty legit run defense. See, he's covering him. He's covering. That guy broke open, and now he's covered. Yeah. I think the zone defense is definitely got an upgrade here. Very nice. Very, very nice. I'm not the only one missing kicks. I'm actually really, really starting to like zone defense. I'm almost thinking I may have made the switch now in my mind where I might start building teams for zone defense more than man. Ooh, that was nice. Look at the slide. I don't know why they're doing that slide. Because when you miss attack, that was a pancake. That's what happened there. And one of the first things that happens in a pancake, other than triggering the animation, is your movement is set to 0 and your collider's turned off. I don't know why I can't. I've looked at that a number of times and I can't figure out why they're sliding. Ooh, that was kind of a fortunate collision there. Yeah, I'm all in on the pass. That quarterback, oh, that was cool. I'm so into this quarterback. Tight end ISO. Oh, it's my receivers that are killing me. What else do we got? I like this play. Let's do this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That guy blitzed. That was a huge mistake. Oh, yeah. They only have one safety. I should be trying to mess with the safety. Oh, look at he's got a lead blocker, too. Yeah. Oh, I love this team so much. My defense, I could do a little. I could do a little work on my linebackers, I think, but this is the first team I've had a legit safety, and I'm noticing a huge difference. I'm not giving up those massive plays. See, there's the safety right there. I'm not giving up those massive plays anymore. And I can actually use him in run defense. I can actually send him deep to play free safety, and he makes a difference. I'm just really liking having a good safety. Oh. My mind has been changed on the value of safeties. Look at him. Look at him. There he is. Did you see that? He came around, avoided the traffic, and came around the outside and got him. Oh. Nope. My mind's been changed. Safeties are awesome. God, that was awesome. Safeties and tight ends. That's where it's at. Look at that. Look at that blocking. Downfield blocking. Let's run. I want a quick read again. Boom. Boom. Yes. Let's quick read the other way. Oh, man. It's like the perfect combo because my running back's not super fast, but he's super smart. Look at that. Man. Sweep. Oof. Now we mixed it up with a pass. Boom. I guess I didn't even notice it. They've run 3 down linemen. Yeah, and it looks like the blocking system works for that too. 3 down linemen. Look. Oh. With 3 linemen, somebody's going to be open if I can get time. Oh, man. Loving it. This is a good matchup. Ooh, he almost got me. I'm totally selling out on the run, too. They do seem to run a lot, so I don't feel too bad about it. If they ever did throw deep, I may be in trouble because I'm playing my safety up. Yeah, he's a pancake. Maybe it's only on pancakes. That's easy to double check. If it's just pancakes. Sometimes I turn the things off in the wrong order. I've done that before. Yeah, see, missed tackle, it didn't happen. Tackle, it doesn't happen. It's only pancakes. So maybe I got the things turned off in the wrong order. Yeah, pancake. And he's sliding. Yeah, it's got to be what it is. That's safety. I'm just totally watching my safety now all the time. What's his number? Is that 97 or 47? There he is. There he is. God! It's so good. Oh. Right there. Here he comes. Here he comes. He got it again. That looks like 97. Man, he's so good. Oh, I almost want to punt to watch my safeties some more. Downfield blocking. All right, let's ISO on the safety here. Oh, he got him. That was good coverage. Little pass. What's pass defense between friends, or pass interference between friends? Oh, he. Oh, I should have a button that says only look at my tight end. Third and 5. This actually feels like the right play. Yeah. That combo of my wide receiver 2 and my running back catching behind him has really been effective. Yep. I knew eventually, there's only 3 secondary guys. Eventually that play has to get open. You can't cover all those guys with 3 secondary. The trick with that defense that they're running is your defensive line has to get home. If you're only rushing 3 and you got 2 linebackers, so you have 5. Well, like me, I have 5 guys here, but I got the extra linebacker so I can actually cover. 3 linemen, 2 linebackers, you got to get home quick. Those linemen have to get to the quarterback. But they can't, because I have like the most elite offensive line you can get. It's not, but I like to say that. Salazar brothers. Look at that line. Man. What a good game. That was such a good game. That was a fun one. All right. Save that. Let's finish her off. Oh, what a good game. I'm not changing anything on my coaches right now. Look at the ball. It's falling. That's another thing I should turn off. Who should we play? I don't want to play the machine. Didn't we just play them? Swarm, Phoenix. I like the Sasquatch. Let's play the Sasquatch. Let's check my team quick. I think I already did my finances. I did. What I did was I extended Vegas. He got expensive. $13 more per season. That's a lot. Not all of that is improvement. Some of that is just, you know, the new player evaluation stuff. Franklin got expensive. I re-signed him. Yeah, 2 of my offensive line. That's a lot of extra money. I mean, what is that? 13 plus 6, 19 extra dollars next year just for those 2 players. And my thinking is I'm going to let everybody else go. Dawson, I could get for $23. He's a $44 player right now, so he's not having a great couple of years. So I'm gonna let him fade off into the sunset. I'm definitely not signing him for 4 years. My kicker, this is interesting. He actually may be worth re-signing. He wants 4 years too. Why does everybody want 4 years? If he were 2 years, maybe. I'm not having a $29 kicker. Well, I mean, I would if he weren't 25 already. That gets him to 29. I don't know. Maybe it is. Well, not. No. Nope, don't overthink it. So that's going to give me, without retirements, 1, 2, 3 roster spots. I need 2 for the draft. That gives me 1 in free agency. That seems right for me. I don't like to do a lot of free agents. That feels right. So we're not going to mess with our roster right now. All right, let's sim out to the Sasquatch. I want to play the Sasquatch. All right, let's save it. Before I play the Sasquatch, let's browse some stuff. We are the #1 seed. We're going to be fine. We don't have to worry about missing the playoffs. Oh, rookie Salazar. Yep. Rookie of the year. Nice. I don't have anybody on the defensive side, but Salazar, not bad as a rookie. 5th in the MVP. Pretty cool. Let's check the draft. What am I looking? Slightly better than last year. 48 at the top, 30 on the first page, 26 on the second page. That's pretty close to normal. So it's just a slightly top heavy. It looks like if we take the top this many, probably the whole top page is $2 to $3 higher than last year. So that's not unreasonable. Let's check position. 2 quarterbacks. Some serviceable running backs. Wide receiver looks a little heavy again. But considering how many wide receivers we have in the league, you know, a bunch of teams run 4 wide, a bunch run 3 wide. Almost everybody else runs 2 wide. So that would make sense. Offensive line, I think, is a little thin. Because every team runs 3 offensive line. And so if you think about the average, if the average team runs 3 wide receivers, let's just even say that's what it was. It may not be. Every team runs 3 offensive line, so you would think that offensive line would always be just as deep as wide receiver, and it's not. So we may need a bump on offensive line talent. Defensive line is really thin. The same thing goes. Every team either runs 2 or 3 D-line. They should be close to as deep as wide receiver, but they're not. Linebacker, corner. Actually, maybe it's just that wide receiver's too deep. Maybe instead of bumping everybody else, I need to back off on wide receivers. What's making them so good? It's the receiving skill. So if I just back off on receiving skill, that could probably fix it, because I don't want to back off on speed because that affects defenders too. And the defenders look consistent. So I think it's just receiving skill. So we'll take a look at that. I don't know if it's being generated too generously or if it's improving too generously. So we'll take a look and see. All right, so anyway, draft. I'm going to be drafting at the bottom again, so it's probably not even worth my time to scout it too much. Other than to see who Alabama's got. Alabama and Texas A&M have 2 of the top, like, what, 6 players each? Alabama and Texas A&M. Where do they end up? Alabama, Texas A&M 7th. Oof, they should be a lot better. You would think that, well, 7th is pretty good. So I guess how much better could they be? Actually, let's look at them again. They lost South Carolina, Alabama, LSU, and Indiana. They probably had some bad losses. I bet it's a matchup, because if you look at A&M, they have a great quarterback and a great wide receiver, but they run 2 running back system with a tight end. It's just probably a really bad match, talent match to style. Alabama, number 13. Ooh, 8-6. 4 wide with a bad quarterback. God, they had a lot. They got talent. They got 2 wide receivers. Where's the draft? They could have. Are both of these guys wide receivers? Alabama, wide receiver, yeah. How about that? Interesting. Anyway, Virginia Tech, Virginia in the national championship. How about that? Wow. Cool. Lucian Lee, the MVP. UConn. Nah, right place at the right time. All right. Let's take a peek at something. Let's look at the college passing. Yeah, so look at their completion percentage is around mid-60s average. That's not what we were seeing in that game. Was mid-60 completion percentage. So, holy cow, 500 more yards than that guy. Oh, it's not yardage. 200 more than him. 500 more than the number 3. Yeah, we were not seeing mid-60 completion percentage. So that's what I got. I gotta up the receiving a little bit. Probably the accuracy a little bit too, just to make the game look more realistic about rushing. 927, the leader. This is nice. I like now that I have the colors that these show up. I don't know. I just like it. I like color. This is probably a little late for me to check, but is the stream still going? Yeah, it is. Okay. All right. So. Louisiana. Bernie Padilla. Okay. I'm kind of just spot checking career. I know career stats are going to be off for my league, the Dev League, for several years because I think I realized that rookies weren't getting their career stats reset correctly. So career and all-time for the Dev League is going to be jacked. So I'm not even going to spend a ton of time on it. But I did want to look and see, are the top guys over here or at the top over here? That's fixed in the update when I upload it. Alabama. So what I want to look at is, are those Alabama receivers near the top of the career leader for college? Yeah, leaders for college should be okay. It's leaders in the pros that are kind of jacked. Yeah, so both of the great wide receivers in Alabama are in the top of the career leaders. That makes sense. Oh, this will be good too. Maybe we'll double check it as at the beginning of next season. I'm going to remind myself, future Sean, take a note. At the beginning of next season, look and see if those Alabama receivers came off of the career leaderboard. They should, but you know how stats are. They're mind-numbing to look at, so I don't look at them. Right? If you don't like doing something, just don't do it. All right, let's look at free agency. What's the free agency crew look like? Okay, good. I'm starting to feel really good about free agency now. I know we had some bumps and things like that to get here, but this is what free agency is supposed to look like. There's talent, but it's old because I don't want teams locking up 30-plus-year-old players for 4 years, unless they're insanely good, which you don't see any $70, $80, $90 players here. Those guys all got locked up unless they went over the cap. What you see here are really good players at the top of the list anyway. I mean, when you go down the list, you get the bad players too. But what you see at the top of the list are really good players that are at the tail end of their career and have asked for too much money. That's what I envisioned free agency looking like in this game. So I'm getting very happy with that. Now, in free agency, teams are going to sign these guys for 3 or 4 years, which, now that I say it out loud, sounds really stupid because I put them in free agency because I didn't want them signing 3 or 4 years. But it's not all of them. It's only the top free agents are for the most part, it's really only the top guys are going to get that 4-year contract. Most of them are going to get 2- and 3-year contracts, which is about right. So I went from, 40, 60 guys at the tail, 60 guys who don't deserve 4-year contracts, down to maybe only 5, 6 guys who don't deserve 4-year contracts. That sounds right. So it's anyway. In any case, it's looking better. It's definitely looking better. Now, free agency itself, the clicking the buttons and the screens and things, that it could use some work, but we'll get there. News. Oh, I haven't done anything, so I don't really care about that. Draft team. Okay, so we took a look at everything. All looks good. I think I saved it. I'll just save it. I'm a save machine. Let's play the Sasquatch. I'm actually going to keep my playbooks. I was so happy with that last time that I'm going to keep it. I love that Sasquatch logo. It's a funny thing about these logos. I hired an artist to do all my logos because I'm not an arter. I'm not an arter. I'm not an arter, right? I'm not an artist. I'm an engineer by trade and oh god, yeah, by trade and by temperament. So I do not do art. So I hired an artist to do my logos, and same artist did all of them, with the exception of the Swarm. That one I already had from a different artist. And the system always was, I'll just basically tell them the name of the team, if I have some color preference, what the colors are, and every once in a while I'll have something in my mind that oh, you missed, yes, in my mind that I think I want it to look like, and if I do, then I'll be like, okay, I'm thinking something like this. What ended up happening over and over again is whenever I try to give my ideas of what I think something should look like, it turns out okay, pretty good. But when I just say I don't even have a clue of what I want, just do whatever you want, it turns out awesome. And the Sasquatch logo is one of those ones where I said I want it to be the Sasquatch, I want these colors, do whatever you want, and it turned out to be one of my favorite logos. The iceberg was another one. I was just like, I just want it to be an iceberg and some kind of blue and white. So he did that. It turned out one of my favorite logos. The jackalope was one of those where I didn't have a clue. I did have to send him a picture of like, this is what a jackalope is. It's like, what's a jackalope? That doesn't even exist. Like, I know, this is what it is. And yes, all those, some of my favorite ones are ones that I just stayed out of. It's funny how that works. One of my least favorite logos. Not all of them turned out that way. The Nemesis is one that I actually was. God, that guy's roasted me over there. The Nemesis is one of the ones where I actually had a lot of input because I wanted very specifically. I want this to look like the guy from American Horror Story, the Papa Legba character. And he's like, what is that? So I had to send him pictures of that too. But I really like that one. Mostly because I like that character in that show. Yeah, like the sharks though. That was the one I tried to have input on. It's one like my least favorite logo. The let's try to work this guy too. The what's another one that I don't love? The Pink Panthers. I love the uniforms and the color. I tried to have some input on that logo, and of course it's like one of my least favorites now. This one seemed to work okay. Whoa. What happened? Dang it. I got a first down. I guess that's all that matters. Bang. Tree frog. The tree frogs. I've been trying to find somebody. The tree frogs logo is funny because this was one of the first teams I tried to get a logo for because I'm always the tree frogs. I was always the tree frogs in my first dev series, um, and I really wanted to have a good logo for the tree frogs because I was the tree frogs. I actually had, this is before I settled on this artist. I had 4 or 5 different artists try to do a tree frogs logo, and they all were just bad. They all looked terrible. I don't know why it was so hard. It's just a tree frog. But everybody had a really hard time with that logo. I just kept trying and trying and trying. And it took forever. And I ended up finding the artist that I have now through a different logo. Some different logos that I was sending out to have everybody try the same logo, and that I could find the style that I like the most. And when I got that logo back, I was like, oh, okay, that's really good. Can you do a tree frog? Just like, what? So I had him to redo the tree frogs, and now I really like the tree frogs. But that was just it. I spent a lot of money and a lot of time trying to find somebody to make a tree frog logo, which is so weird. You would think it would be simple, but that was the hardest logo to get made. Yes. Yeah, the Kraken. So the Kraken and the Hydra are 2 of my favorite logos too. Those are other ones where I was like, I don't know what I want you to do. Just it's the Kraken and it's the Hydra. Can just make it cool. And that was like, I got it. And like, okay, those are cool. Good job. The Beast, I think, was the last logo I had made, and I was just like, I'm all out of ideas. Do you have any ideas of what we can name the last team? He's like, well, I got this Beast logo that I haven't used for anything. I can modify that for you. And I was like, let me see it. I looked at it, I was like, oh my god, yeah, do that. So I like the Beast one. That one's cool. The Machine was another one. I was like, I want something kind of like Mech Warrior. Can you do something like that? I'm such a bad I'm such a bad project manager. I don't know what I want. Just make it cool. Boom! You missed. All right. Is there any plays that we haven't really run? Not doing max slants. This is the worst play for me because like the 2 wide receivers are the 2 weakest receivers on my team. Like my running back and the tight end are the guys I need to be throwing to. Ooh, that's good coverage. Yikes. You're going to run it, aren't you? Oh! If he could have got around there. He's actually pretty fast. Let's try this. Oh, yes! Oh, I love it when he just burns the guy right off the line. Yes! Woo! Ooh, that number 8's coming. Oh. Yes! Yes, quarterback's awesome. What a good team I have this year. Ah, love it. So glad I traded everybody and put this team together. That's safety. Here he comes. Oh, I got him. I suppose it's good that somebody else gets him once in a while. Here he comes. Oh, he got blocked. My safety's kind of getting worked. Right there. Covering that guy. He's going to run. Boom. It's pass rush if he's going to stay in the pocket that long. Here, cover. Look at that tight coverage. It's not coverage like these guys. So here's a little lesson. When you see a guy covering super, super tight repeatedly, like you might have a bad guy do it, but usually this means that guy's really good at coverage. You see guys play off like this or like this. This is pretty good. This is not great. That usually means that guy's not great at coverage. He's not going to do that every play. There's a certain amount of randomness that comes into coverage, but if you see him consistently playing way off or giving the guy a huge cushion, like if it's man defense, that's kind of a signal that your guy in coverage is not that great, and he's compensating with cushion. So it's just something to pay attention to. Ooh, he picked me off. Man! I didn't want to throw that guy anyway. Safety, safety, safety. Oh! My safety's not getting any hits. Oh! Not a bad game, I guess. Oh, well, we did shut him out. I guess. What are you going to complain about, right? Let's finish that. Save it. All right. Well, we're in an hour 10. I think I'll call it for this stream right now. And I'll probably play. You know, I might play through the whole playoffs in the next one. I'm having so much fun with my team. And because I'm really focused on in-game stuff, I do need to play a lot of games, so I might as well just keep playing. I'm having a good time. We might, if I get the college fast sim to end thing done and the ability to actually finish a game. That was weird. If that gets done, we might watch the national championship too. So that'll be kind of my goal. But I'll play this back and take all my notes, and then I'll I'll put my list together, and then I'll just start working down my list, and we'll just I think I'm getting in the mode of the morning sims are working pretty well for me. So just, you know, I'll announce on Twitter if I'm gonna do an extra stream today, but just kind of assume it's gonna be tomorrow morning sometime if I don't put anything out. So anyway, that's that. We'll I guess we'll see you tomorrow. Boba Fett coffee. Cheers. This is me subtly stalling for the stream to catch up where I'm at, so I don't have the abrupt end of the stream. So pay no attention to the man drinking Boba Fett coffee.